Five Pinners, welcome to your April directives. Okay, so before we get started, this is a really interesting combination for you. And I want to explain just some basic things before I jump into your do's and don'ts directives, which I have right here. They're all written out. If you are somebody who needs to see a hard copy, I'm going to direct you over to where I work. It's called 12listen.com. The number one, the number two, the word listen.com. I work there as an advisor, a spiritual intuitive advisor. Click on my picture, and on my homepage there, what you'll find is all the pins written out. There's some people that just need to see it in hard copy. I will walk through your do's and don'ts, I promise. Although I'm finding out that these videos are very intuitive for me. Just, I know so much about numbers and numerology itself. Okay, so I'm in a 5 pin right now, and the energy, the bogey, the spiritual law of the five is freedom through discipline. We can't have freedom, whatever that means to you, if we don't have a disciplined process that is supporting it. That would look like what? That would look like a life that has the stability points that we need so that we can move about freely. Okay. Um, just basic things here. I promise you, I'm going to be doing videos about each pin all by itself, what its bogeys and its targets are. I just got to get these pins up for April. Then I got to move to May. So your 5 pin is moving through the 8 global year terrain. And that energy is about abundance and recognition through sourcing power. Where is that power coming from? However, and though, right? Where is your freedom for the five? Where is it sourcing its access point to freedom from? So there's both sides of the emancipated version of the five energy and the eight energy, as there is an immature version of those two energies. When you put them together, when you put a five together with an eight, they have the danger point of becoming a rolling stone and accessing power through means that are not necessarily integral. So it's a mindfulness exercise for the entire year for you to access the higher principles, the higher spiritual aspects of the spiritual laws of these two numbers. All right. And I call the pin and the global year the dominant 12-month marathon run that you are going to be uh, you're going to be running for 12 months. The sprint cycles are the monthly directives. And those are the subdominant energies that you are working with for a shorter period of time. How you get your number frequency for any month that you're in is you add your pin to the month that you're in. So 5 + 4, April's a 4 month, is 9. The energy that you're working with this month as the subdominant energy, that's also partnering with your dominant energy, is a 9. And it's running through the 4 terrain. It's sprinting through the 4 terrain. Okay. So 9 is all about kind of wrapping things up that need to be wrapped up. It's cleaning up like these little pieces that, or big pieces that need to be cleaned up. It's trimming the tree. It's taking care of things that need to be wrapped in order for new growth to happen, or another surge cycle of more mature growth to happen. And 4 is all about stability and process. being able to have the catch so that there is that what needs to be in place, the foundation that needs to be in place, period, in order for the trimming to happen and a new beginning to start up. The number after 9 in the cardinal cycle is 1. So that they just move 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 9. So, guys, I hope you're managing. I hope you're managing this crazy year. This is always like, for me, this feels like the 100,000-mile checkup year, in every single way. And what needs to be switched up is going to get switched up. What needs to happen in order for there to be betterment across the board is going to happen this year, whether you are on board with it or not. It seems to kind of just happen. You want to partner with it, period, across the board of your life. Okay. All right. So the 9-4 combination this month is focused on bringing a situation that has run its course to a healthy conclusion. And health is the option. Most of you have been experiencing a part of your life that's been there for a while, and I can't park this in any category. Whether it will always be in one of life's categories where something has just run its course and it's in need to be put to bed. How you put it to bed, how you resolve it. This is this 9 frequency. It's best to do it in a very systematic, structured, order way. You want to be mindful about it. For whatever reason, but you know it's run its course, and so you just have to let it go. But also think about how you're going to cork it, how you're going to do it. Be mindful that the danger for all 5 pinners is the need to just kind of just not pay attention. I don't want to do that. I just want to be free. I don't want to do that. I don't want to walk through the steps that I have to walk through. The support system that you have there is this 4 energy in April, and that is nudging you to adult yourself, and you will be pleased with the outcome. Something is done. Something is just done. And you've got to recognize 2 things. It's done, and how it was working before really got to the place where something needs to be reorganized and restructured so that it can work better tomorrow and in the future. But that requires here showing up and rolling your sleeves up and looking at anything. If it looks like contracts, it looks like conversation. It looks like sitting down and negotiating. It looks like showing up and having conversations that they might be emotionally charged conversations. They don't need to be. There is factual data on the table that you can look at and analyze and work with for the good of all. At the end of the day, that's the 8 frequency, by the way, the emancipated 8 energies. It's in prosperity and abundance and recognition for the betterment of mankind, for the good of all. This is for the good of all. All right. So I want you to really take what I just said seriously. It also sits around creating something that is building something for future stability points in your life, and that's always a wonderful thing to have for not only for yourself but the people who are a part of your life. All right. So I think I said stay non-emotional, stay focused on managing whatever agreements or contracts are on your table and just stay in integrity. I want to talk about integrity. That's the nine energy. Nine energy is wisdom and integrity, but we can't get to wisdom, genuine wisdom, unless we are doing our best to remain in integrity, right? It's not really all that complicated. What is integral? And therefore, if you remain in that place, the wisdom of knowing how to do what to do is going to present itself to you, and you'll see that through line very, very clearly. Yes. Okay, I know me, I can't sit. Like I have such a hard time sitting. You should see me at the piano. Okay, the need to look around your house and to begin to discern all the pockets and things that are just in need of facelift or decluttering or anything that is getting in the way of this pin flow for you that is absolutely moving into this realm of freedom that has a base to support it. It looks like finances, that looks like housing, that looks like assets, that looks like a lot of the stuff that supports, being able to move freely about in life and with very little restriction. That's what this year is about. So we come down to some basic things in a 4 month that says how much of the stuff, welcome to my home, how much of the stuff that you've got around here could go somewhere else that you don't use anymore. It's outlasted its usefulness in your life. It could go be of use somewhere else. That's the 8 energy too, right? We share. We want to help people help themselves. So everybody's got stuff in their house that they used to use and they no longer use. My children are grown. All that stuff that I had that supported their needs, at some point, I went out of my way to donate it to XYZ, right? That's what you want to think about doing. And a really easy way to do that is just grab like 3 or 4 boxes and put them in different places. Put one in your office, put one in your kitchen, anywhere, one in your bedroom, and take little windows to start to go through things. I don't need this anymore. I haven't worn these clothes in 2 years. Cycle through it. Time to, throw it in a box. And when you go into your closet, just be mindful. This is what I'm going to do this month. Next month, guys, is a 1 month, and there's no room for this stuff. Little bits of conscious decisions as we move through these monthly cycles is incredibly supportive and effectual. So if this is all about finishing things up, that the trimming trees of relationships, trimming the tree inside of business, inside of ideas, kind of cleaning up, cleaning up. When was the last time this tree was trimmed? Let me see if I can find another analogy. It's something that's growing and has been in the process of growing. Maybe parts of it have become stagnant or died, and they need tending. That part needs tending to. So tend to it. And this also looks like your home. Anything of just creating this space so that the new can come in. And lots of times we just can't, we get stuck in holding on to too much stuff. And that also can look like too much of the same relating that we have been doing with people in our lives. What needs to, be let go of? What and sometimes that requires courage for us to have a look at different parts of our lives that are really asking for us. Please do something. Please do something. Actively go out of your way. You know, trim this, this branch is dead and it's getting in the way of my ability to move up and out and up and out. And so across the board of your life, I would strongly suggest. What I do and I'm in the process of doing this right now, I will fill up these boxes. I will deliver them to the outlets that I want to go and support. And then I just come back and I do it all over again until I can feel. Right now, I'm beginning to even feel this release, and it feels good. It means my energy field is opening up because I'm letting go of things I didn't even know were kind of weighing me down, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So health matters are always going to be a part of the 5-pin journey, period, end of story, because this is the 100,000-mile checkup year. You've been running pretty hard for the last 4 years. It's the midpoint of the cycle. Don't 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 panic about what I'm saying. It just is. You have what I've already had, a crown because one of my tooth broke. It's stuff like that, if you get, you need to go get your blood work done, or you need to go have your checkup, go. If you know that, let's say you have some spinal issues, get your butt to a chiropractor. You don't have a chiropractor, go find one. There's these little things like that. Um, Things that need to be attended to, but you just haven't gotten around to doing it. If you do it early and then you're consistent with it, you will avoid probably some bigger things down the road that are just due to neglect. See, that's the stability of, that's the flip, that's the support system of freedom. This is the whole purpose of the 5. Let's build a more solid, stable foundation so that you are able to move about freely with your creativity and your fabulous self and whatever it is that you want to do, bringing your best self forward, right? Okay. Uh, let's see. Yeah. And I wasn't doing these recordings last month. There is a need, however, there's a spillover from last month, that there's a need for diplomatic relations. And I know that there's a lot of times as 5 pins move into April, there is some ending. It could be ending, any kind of ending. It lots of times it's in a relationship. And in March, there were some things that rolled that you really you you were a bit disgusted by somebody's behavior. Uh, you're going to have to just let that be water off your back and show up with the conversations that you need to have with a lot of grace. And knowing people are messy. Well, because relationships are messy because people are messy. It's not that we're not trying our best, because we are. But sometimes we make mistakes and we drop balls. It doesn't alter the reality that there is something here that really needs to call it a day and wrap. you are going to need to be in conversation and negotiation. And my suggestion to you is to mind your tongue. That's a little bit of a problem that fives have, is they lose their five pinners lose their ability to maintain their individuated sanity in a point when yeah, it just don't go there. Just don't go there. And remain present in all negotiations and contracts for the goodwill of all. That 9, integrity is the root of wisdom, right? Okay. And there is a future stability point that you need to keep your eyeball on, that involves everybody, including you, and whatever that looks like. And if you're dealing with assets, or if you're dealing with uh a sale, or whatever this is wrapped around. Okay. All right. um yeah, no, let's see. Yep. Yeah. The reorganization thing is something that isn't isn't just about your home. This is just about reorg what needs to be reorged. Have a look around. Are your bills on auto pay? Are, did you finish up your taxes? Are there just little things that need to be focused on with the with your taxes? How's the health of your vehicles? And if you think about just across the board of your life, how are things running? And if something is, demanding your attention because it needs some attention because it's not running all that well, like a car that needs oil, right? Just get to it. The opportunity that you have right now to do this is a window that is going to serve you really, really well next month as you move into a 1 month in a 5. Your pin is going into a 1 month that is running through a 5 terrain. May is the 5th month. If you note that looks to me like opportunity and boots on the ground, real events, synchronistic events, opportunities, offers across the board. So this is, I always say this too. If the plane ticket is bought, which is next month, starting May 1st, what do you need to do to prepare to go on the trip? That's what this month is. All right. So get to it, guys. Put yourself on a schedule. Again, I just keep on, if I'm in the kitchen, I throw stuff into a box. And if I'm in my office, I'm throwing stuff into a box. And if I'm in my closet, I'm throwing stuff into a box. And it's just as I move through my life. If you're in the kids' room, throw stuff in a box. You just keep going. The garage, throw stuff in a box. And you're just going to be surprised at how that easy you you have a little bit of breath here. You have a little bit of, I can relax my way through this. How easy it feels, and how good it feels, and how not like Chinese fire drill. It isn't that, right? Okay. A Chinese fire drill was, I hope I can say that these days. But what I remember that is that everybody's in a car, and then when the car stops at a light, they jump out of their seats and they run around the car, and then they get back in. That might be called something else right now. I am dating myself. I haven't said that in a long time. Anyways, all right. Your to don't list. Oh, no, I have one more to do. People who are, gosh, people who reach out for your help. This is wonderful. I'm just getting goosies. Um, uh, that really needs your expertise. And it's something you actually know and you're very, very good at. Offer it to them freely. Give it to them without question. or without any thought of anything in return. Let them have the wisdom and the knowledge of your experience and your expertise. There's something humanitarian in that. The nine energy as well is also connected to the great humanitarian. Yeah. And we get to that penultimate number through integrity in our actions, in our words, in our intentions, in our deeds, in our thoughts, in how we feel about something, that we get to the wisdom of the nine that way. And then we are able to function as a humanitarian, in which covers many different roles and aspects in life, right? Okay, so do share your wisdom. And you've worked hard at it, by the way. You know your stuff. So when somebody comes and knocking, say yes, specifically to your superpower and what you know to be true and about yourself, right? The big to don'ts for you guys, there are two. Don't get sucked into arguments that are going to literally go nowhere and they are not going to change a thing. Arguing this month is a big no-no. Sometimes arguments are actually required in certain number combination dynamics because it means you got to get in there and you've got to go for a dig and get down deep. And it's actually productive. This number combination is not productive for that. In fact, it's going to stall things out and make things just more frustrating for you. Irritating, frustrating. It's not going to move any needle forward. So I would definitely just stay away and don't do it. And then the other thing is to not take anything personally and to stay way far away from judgment. As far away as you possibly can. And I'm talking about there's in here. I'm talking about in here and I'm talking about in here. Don't let your mind go for a grind. And definitely don't fall into the feelings that are around that because that's not going to help you at all. And it's not going to produce anything that you're going to like or is beneficial to you. And again, last month, a couple things rolled in your world. I'm going to keep on saying relationships are messy and people are messy. Most of us are doing the best with what we have, and sometimes we drop that ball. Okay, life moves on, and as we figure things out, we make different decisions, and new opportunities show up. So really stay away from those two things. Your focus this month really is on preparation. If I were talking to you in January and February and March, and I was through the written directives, just this is the first time I've taken it live like this, and I kind of like it. I would have told you to keep your eye on your personal target. What happens in the 5 personal year is people end up moving somewhere that's not like down the street. It's sometimes it is, but there's a radical change in life. It could be in a job. It could be, honestly, it could be somehow connected to a new way of life and a new way of living that include other people, but also include your freedom. It is about change. This is the dropping the match year. And things are going to light up that need to be now recycled. And in some way, shape, or form, recycled and or stopped altogether. And that looks like sometimes a new job, new relationships. It's new, 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 new. But in order for new to come in, there is a rapid movement of removal of the things that are old, that have outlasted their usefulness in your life. Could be house, little things like where the sprint run for you is, what are the little things in April? And what needs to be reorganized and repurposed, everything, to the big things, because things really are going to start to move next month. So I am strongly suggesting that you get up and you get yourself going on a routine all April, every pin in April. I'm saying the same thing. That's what April gives us. It's the gift we have. And it doesn't matter what pin it's in, for betterment, so that we have a really solid catch. But that simply means that our houses need to be, proverbial houses need to be built on a solid foundation, so nothing knocks them over. And that's what you guys are looking at this month. Okay, my fellow five pinners, hang in there. And remember, if you want to look at the written version of this, go over to 12listen.com. That's where I work as an intuitive. If you want to talk to me, that's also a way that you can chat with me, through 12listen.com. And I'm sending you guys a bunch of love. And next month, wow, let's get things tidied up so you can take advantage of the opportunities that are going to be popping through in May. What? Hugs, everyone.